What's up? This your boy D once again on the porch. We here in City Park. We here in City Park. And we got a very special guest here today. She got her own show that she do. It's called the Qchat. Y'all need to check it out. It's real dope. I done saw a lot of clips. I just saw where she was in was it Atlanta?
Yeah.
Where she was on the red carpet, yo. And it was dope. It was real good. And she's just gonna sit here on the porch today and just chop it up with your boy D. You know what I'm saying? And y'all gonna get to know her and get to know her show, the Qchat, real well. So without any further ado, let's introduce my girl to the show, Shronda.
Oh, thank you. I'm so happy to be here. I know we've been trying to link up since, early this year.
Right. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
You know, it's crap happens.
Right. We busy in a good way, so
crap happens.
We creating, so we got stuff we got on the calendar. So
right. So look, let's just dive right into it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get straight to it.
Mm-hmm.
So, the Qchat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where did that come from? How did that start? How did you start with that? What was the idea behind it? What was the motive to even get it going?
Well, the funny thing is, I was just trying to sell shirts, okay? I'm a little hustler. I started selling shirts in March of 2019. I had wrote a little Facebook post about telling women, hey, you the privilege, you the pride, trying to encourage single women not to settle, right? So I just put Gold Queen on the shirt, privilege prize package. I didn't think anything of it. People was buying the shirt, and I was like, okay, cool, this is great.
Right.
So then I left my corporate job in July of that year. I was like, I'm done. I can't deal with this. I need to step out on my dreams, blah, blah, blah. So I'm still trying to hustle the t-shirts, not really knowing where Gold Queen was going to go. Second shirt was Go Love Yourself. So I listen to podcasts when I'm driving. I'm doing all types of side hustles, Lyft, all types of stuff, trying to make some dollars. So, I turn on my podcast when I'm driving. So one August of 2019, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a podcast. I didn't have any type of blueprint or what it was going to be about, anything. I was just like, I'm just going to do a podcast. And originally it was supposed to be like the Queen's Quipped or something. I can't even tell you what the original title was going to be. And then I was like, that's not going to work. So Qchat just dawned on me, Q for Queens, and first started the show. If you go back to find some of those earlier episodes, you will not find them because they were terrible. And I'm being real. So I was like, because I didn't have a premise. We talking about all types of hair. I didn't know what to talk about really. And then it started to pick up. I could not pay people to be on the show at one point. From August 2019 to maybe December 2019, I maybe only had 3 episodes. I couldn't find the time to do it. I wasn't really dedicated to it. Then earlier that year of 2020, things started to pick up. Then of course, big old bag Rona, she hit. I had nothing but time to be in my house, and that's when I really learned how to. And I got to give a shout out to Marlon DeFillo with my partners. I love them because he helped me. I was like, how do I get my podcast on iTunes? People would be like, well, how do I listen to it? Is it on Apple iTunes? I was like, I don't know how to do this. So he showed me how to do all of that. And it started to pick up. People wanted to be on the show, and that's when, boom, it took off. And that's when things started to come together. And the show, to bring it back to that question, really focuses on self-love, spotlighting Black excellence, really, and just showing the positive side of everything. I just like the show to be super positive. I spotlight entrepreneurs. And I get a few entertainers on there to try and mix it up, but we're just about being positive. That's my main thing with the Qchat. I want people to watch that show, get happy,
Right.
and just feel empowered. And I always try to throw in a message too during the show too. And the guests too, a lot of times they'll come on there and they're really planning to talk about their business. They'll say something super inspirational before it ends. They had no plan to even do that, so it's just a natural conversation. Black excellence.
Right. Oh, that's what's up. Man, because like I said, it's hard to find people actually doing, I ain't gonna say people, I'm gonna say black people actually putting something positive on.
Right.
Because a lot of people today, if it ain't ratchet, if it ain't something that
us fighting, acting ignorant, you know,
right. People
feeling stereotypes.
Right, people don't want, you know, and it's sad because it's our culture and our people who ain't gonna want to deal with it because it's like, oh no, they're too. Like, dude, we trying to give you something that's positive and show everybody that we are more than just the crazy, the stuff people, you know.
Right, that little stereotype they, you know, a lot of times people see us just one particular way.
Right. So, you know, that's good to see when you see people doing things that's bringing a good light to our culture, especially to our culture.
Yes.
You know, so look, so a few months ago, you was in Atlanta. So like, tell us about that whole experience, like in Atlanta. The event that you was at, what was the event again?
It was the Tommy Ford Legacy-a-thon Award. So we all know Tommy from Martin, you know, and that's the funny thing, when I get guests on the show, like the guests will bless me, you know, and same like us, I don't send people questions. Like it's the Qchat, we're chatting, it's not robotic, so you're not gonna get a list of questions to prepare. Like, sorry, you know, I don't do that. So you know, I really get a vibe from the people I'm talking to. So I interviewed Dr. Angela Banks. She was the last person to interview Tommy before he passed. Like, she interviewed him days before he passed. So she started doing this award thing. And I'm just interviewing her, right? Like, had to hook up someone, presented her for me to interview. So we just vibing. And a lot of times I interview people after we done recording. We're talking like minutes later or whatever. So me and her just a chatting, and she's like, well, you gonna come, right? So I was like, you know what? Why not? That's been my new slogan lately with everything. I was like, why not? I'm going to get in my car and drive to Atlanta. And I had a chance to be a part of the red carpet coverage, which was super fun. I felt like, oh, I could probably be Oprah, you know? Like, I was cool with it. I was like, oh my God, you know? So it was me and some other podcasts. It was all of our first experience, which was cool. Like, we bonding and stuff, you know. I've never done red carpet, but it was just a good experience. It was a blessing for the Qchat, you know. Like, I got to see the little sign with the Qchat on, and I was like, you know,
I didn't mean it.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God. I was like, I'm gonna take care of my family now, you know. You know, I made it, mama, you know, I couldn't believe it, you know. So it was just an experience just to do that. And also, a lot of times when I do stuff, I'm trying to like be like a blueprint and inspire the next person. Maybe the next young girl will tune in and watch the Qchat, or maybe the next older person that's sitting there like thinking, oh, they're too old to accomplish things. Like, I'm about to be 45 years old next April. You know, I stepped out on faith at over age 40, you know, which is hard, but I try to tell people it can be done if you just stay positive and don't let outside noise get to you, and really just be focused on that next goal. You know what I'm saying? Like we're doing a positive platform. Like you said, a lot of times people don't want to hear that, but I don't let that get to me, because I'm like, I'm trying to let people tune in and really see a positive side of everything. So I feel like that's why my blessing came for that. Had I followed the crowd and said, oh, you know, I'm gonna have all types of ratchet stuff on my show, I wouldn't have got that opportunity. So it's another example just to show people, hey, don't go for what's popular, go for what's right. You know, you're gonna go and it's gonna lead you to the right path regardless. So it was a really fun experience. I got to see a few celebrities, you know, old school people, saw Tony Terry, people our age know who that is, you know. It was exciting, you know? So it was a cool thing. I was trying not to be like the little Kiki Palmer me. I know it ain't the style, yeah. You know, it's your girl, you know. Like, I was trying to like hold back, like, let me act like I'm not impressed, because I'm excited.
Right. Well, you know,
I was ready to run up on these people, you know. But
look, man, look. Hey, look, give me a few minutes.
Right, exactly. But it was, on all jokes aside, it was really a cool experience. Because I have some moments where I'm like, you know, nobody's listening because I'm not trying to fit an image or whatever. You know, but I'm like, I'm just gonna stick with what I'm doing, and I feel like I'll go in the right path.
Yeah, you got to. She got to. But I know exactly what you mean about that, though. Because I had that I had that same thing when I saw Elvin Kamara. I was like, I was sitting in my truck. I was on the side of his little juice bar, and I'm sitting there, and he just came out of his little juice bar. Him and two of his partners. And I'm sitting there, and I was actually, I forgot what show I was doing. I was actually editing one of the shows I just done. And I'm sitting there editing, I'm sitting there going over to just watching the video, trying to get it done. And I looked over, I said, wait, I know that. So I'm sitting in the car and I'm watching him just walk away. I'm like, nah, D, you gotta get up and go run up on him. Run up on him. So I got out the truck, ran up on him, and I was like, and I just got, I froze up. I froze up like a little chump. You know what I'm saying? I froze up. I was like, can I just get a picture, dog?
Hey, look, at least you went and, you know, that's my thing. Is like, sometimes we'll be like scared of stuff, you know, fear will stop us. And it's like, I'm just at the point where I'm like, why not? I'm not saying no anymore. It stuff becomes presented to me. I'm like, you know what? Why not? I don't have nothing to lose. That's the way I look at it now.
Win-win.
Right,
you know
exactly. Just the experience
win.
alone means a lot. So I'm like, hey, why not?
Right. I get it. Yeah,
that's how I look at everything.
Right. I get it. It got to be like that, you know.
Exactly.
It got to be like that, because it's, you know, you only get one shot.
Right.
At everything. You only get it one shot.
Only one time.
You know what I'm saying?
Branding is everything too, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't realize, like, present yourself. I tell people, like, I walk like I'm already in a position I want to be in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I talk about Oprah and Tyler Perry and stuff like that. In my mind, my little Qchat, you know, is presenting that type of greatness. Right. I'm building my portfolio, so when I do see Oprah on the street or Tyler too, I'm about to rush them on them. Like, let me whip out this phone and go to this YouTube channel. You know? I'm gonna sing the Gold Queen theme song, like whatever I gotta do. You know? Now I'm gonna be ready. You know?
And no, but you gotta be like that because for a long time, because when I started doing it, I remember when I started doing it, it was just audio.
Yeah.
And I was on Instagram, and because I only been on Instagram about a year. You know what I'm saying? And I was on there, and I ran across Shannon Sharp. He do his Club Shay shit.
Yeah.
And I ran across his, and I was like, wait. And I'm watching him do the video with the guests, and then I was like, wait, time out. And I'm watching how he just breaking the clips down instead of he do the whole show, but he breaking the clips down and putting it on his own page so you can see it and get you to try to bite. And I'm like, man, let me see. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell I gotta lose?
Right, exactly.
You know, he was like, nah, I don't think you ought to do it like that and this that. I don't care. This how we gonna do it. This how I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? And I just started doing it. And then I was like, as it was going, I was like, man, look, I gotta get a logo. I gotta get a logo. Gotta get the shirt. So I pitched it to my boss who actually did the logo. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He gonna get mad at me if I don't do this shameless plug on my own
do
damn show. Right. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my homeboy Jermaine, J Delacy. Look, check him out. Shop Student Union. He got fire gear. He do logos. He do the whole nine. I had to do that. I'm sorry.
You got to.
I got to. I didn't brought him up. Sorry. Shop Student Union, y'all. But back to
right.
But anyway, and I went there. I was like, dude, look, this is what I want. That's how I want it. I said, I want it on a T-shirt. I said, but I don't want it in a box. I just want it part of the shirt. Oh, I don't see it. I don't see it, bro. I don't see what you're talking about. I said, dude, I'm telling you, this is how I want it.
Right.
Oh, Dion, I don't see what you're talking about. So you sent me one. Like, it's not what I'm talking about.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna see. So he got it done. I like, that's what I'm talking about, bro. What was hard for you to catch that? So, but I'm saying that to say, you're right. Even when people telling you it can't be done, whatever the case may be, you just gotta keep going. Because it can be done.
It can. You know, I never forget when I just had like maybe 2 or 3 episodes. I went to brunch with somebody, right? And I was just mentioning, you know, we talking about the new transition I went to in my life. Because like I said, Qchat started August of 2019. I had just left corporate America in July, you know, so I was in a new phase of my life in general. So we just chatting it up about that. And I mentioned, well, yeah, you know, I started a podcast. And the chick was like, yeah, I heard a few episodes. It was just like, well, excuse me, you know, it was just like, the way she said it was like, you know, I heard it and it was just like, yeah, you know, like, it's, you know, as if it wasn't ish, you know, but had I let that get to me, you know, because I caught the shade, you know, but had I let that get to me, wouldn't have been no red carpet, wouldn't have been me meeting all these people, you know, but you have to grow and you have to start somewhere. And like I always tell people, a lot of people have asked me, hey, you know, I want to start a podcast, I'm not sure if I should do it. And I'm like, just do it. You know, do those first few episodes. They're not going to be perfect. They're not going to sound good. You know, you're not going to know how to edit it, you know, but just do it. Because why not? Because if you keep waiting and saying, I want to do it, all that, you letting days, months, years go by. It's like, we don't have that type of time. So I'm like, just go ahead and do it. Right. So I always tell people, just go ahead and do it.
Right. Why not? That's how I see it. Why not?
Like, why not? Like, that needs to be like the logo for a lot of things, because when you don't have that why not attitude, it holds you back. You know what I'm saying?
That's gonna be the name of the show.
Why not? Exactly.
Why not?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? So so look, I hope I'm not hurting you with the way I sound like I'm straight up from uptown New Orleans.
I'm from uptown.
I know, but I sound like that. I sound like it's just like it's almost one of the things like, who don't want to listen to me talk like this all day long?
Look, there's money behind those New Orleans accents, okay?
Yeah.
Shoot. Don't underestimate that. I'm gonna hear this voice on a commercial in a few years, like, I was on the show.
I know.
I know that voice in that Zatarans commercial. Wait a minute, I know him.
Right.
Why not?
Why not? Look, what the hell? Shit, Zatarans, here we come, man.
Hello,
look,
exactly.
Look, I'm gonna tag y'all in there.
Right, I'm gonna hear that voiceover one day, and I'm gonna be like, that's Steve.
Right.
It's your boy.
It's your boy.
Like, I know it ain't.
Oh man, this is crazy, yo. But so look, like I done caught a few of the episodes. Sat down, watch some of the clips you put on, and some of the guests you have on is amazing. But this is the one I want to know about. Is you do this segment with the Insecure, show Insecure. Yeah. I started watching that show for a little bit, but then I stopped watching because I'm looking at old girl like, damn, you can't keep a man. Then you cry about you need some loving every time, and then when you get it from somebody you don't want it, who you didn't want food with, this, that. Right. Just all right. So I'm gonna get off. So tell me about what's the whole premise behind doing the segment about the show Insecure and where it comes from.
I'm gonna keep it real. I started to review that show. I gotta shout out anybody that does reviews of shows. We all watch YouTube. You know, there's people that I reviewed one and I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this because I'm a Insecure fan. This is the last season, so I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just throw my hat in and start reviewing them. After the first episode, when I saw the second one, I was like, I'm not doing this because it's like, it's a lot of drama as far as the fans of the show that's watching now. They showing deadbeat daddies, and I was like, nah, I can't. You know, I'm gonna tune in. I'm gonna be faithful. I'm gonna be a loyal fan and watch it right out. But I'm not reviewing anymore because I was like, it's too much. Like, just watching it, I'm like, really? Like, this is really happening, none of these characters? So I was like, I don't really want to do it.
Right.
But that show is a trip, you know.
Right.
But the funny thing is, I love Issa Rae though, because I feel like even though I feel like this season is a bit off already, I still will give her all her props because I feel like she does what we're saying. Like, she showed a different side of Black life. You know, they got their issues obviously, but I feel like our culture we like a lot of shoot 'em up. And don't get me wrong, I'm a power fanatic, so I'm not acting like, oh, you know, I'm too perfect to watch, you know, Big Rich Town come on, it's over, you know.
Like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's my ish, you know, but I'm just saying there are other sides of Black life.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. So that's why it's funny that you mentioned Insecure. You know, I just still like to give her props. Like I said, I'm not going to review the show anymore, but I do post a lot of Insecure clips because I just admire her. I like how she started out with YouTube show like 10 years ago. Like the episodes would be like 2-3 minutes. Just her acting quirky with her friends or whatever. And I was watching that show. It's called Misadventures of Awkward Black Girl, still on YouTube. And I was like, wow, this is really cool how this chick is filming these things, you know, and it wasn't perfect. Because a lot of people got to get out of their minds. They want to do stuff, but they think they got to have a perfect package initially. Like, it wasn't edited nicely. It's just regular little, you could tell she doing that probably with a little camcorder or whatever, and just seeing where she is now. So that's why Insecure, even I think like this season is a trip. It still means a lot to me because I feel like, damn, like she did it. You know, so watching her like inspires me. Like, you know, we talking now, hell, we may be talking 5 years from now. In Hollywood, like we don't know where this is going to take us. You know what I'm saying? Like Tyler may tune in and be like, "Oh, okay, both of them from New Orleans." You know, those my people. Let me go hire them. You know, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? We might be on the next BET Tyler Perry show just from this interview.
I know. You know what? I don't know if he'll put me on. I done made some remarks.
Hey, I talked about it, the wigs too. We can edit this part. No, but hey, we love you too.
Right. Well, you know.
But I'm just saying, like, you don't know where we could go.
Yeah.
One thing I'll say, when I talk to people, they don't realize how much I'm going to start making them laugh. I don't think people realize that. That's one thing I'm trying to do more on the Qchat is infusing my sense of humor, because a lot of people don't pick it up because we're just obviously talking about self-love and everything. But people that know me personally are like, wow, like this shit keeps me in stitches. Right.
Right. Well, you know, something, you know, I don't know. Because I look at it like this. I try to have like that little dry humor. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I love that little dry kind of quirky type humor that you gotta like catch.
That's how I am too. I love dry humor.
Yeah. So you know, it'd be like, so some people be looking at me like, all right, D, whatever. Yeah. But I'm like, it was a joke.
Right.
Just that as a joke.
Right. Not everybody rocks with dry humor. Trust me, I've offended quite a few people. Sometimes they're like, what were you saying? Like, girl, I'm just don't attack me. I was just playing.
That's what I'm saying. Like last week, I know when I did the show with Kara and Mo, and we were talking about the election, and like people know I'm not a fan of American Trail, but anyway, I do like and Mo be looking at me like. And that's why I always gotta say, look, just hit me out right quick. No. Before I start, before I go into this, just hit me out. Right. And I just try to think different from everybody else. So a lot of things I think about it in a different I guess how we gotta find another term for it. People say devil's advocate. I love playing a devil's advocate.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Or riding the fence. I try because I look at things like this. You gotta look at it from both sides. You can't just look at it from one side. If you look at it from one side, you're not gonna be willing to receive all the information that's out there. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, that's the world we living in now. Like, you can't have an opinion anymore. You can't. Right. You have to agree with the majority, or you'll get attacked, no matter what it is. And I've never. In my 44 years of life, I've never seen anything like this before. And I'm like, damn, you know, it's okay to have your own opinion. You know, and it's at the point now, even if you give your own opinion, if it's not with the majority, if you give it in the most intelligent way, they still gonna have somebody that's still not gonna be happy. You know, and it's like, can we just agree to disagree and respect each other? Because I'm all for. You don't have to agree with me, and I don't have to agree with you, but you gonna respect me.
Right. At the end of the day, because you know, and that's crazy you bring that up because one of my favorite comedians is Dave Chappelle.
I love him too, I know a lot of people. And that's the thing. If you don't have dry humor, you're not going to understand his comedy. But I love his. I think he's one of the best.
Yes, the best. And when everybody was trying to cancel him and this, that, and other, and then when I looked at the last one he did, I was just like amazed when he ended the show and what he did. I'm not gonna give y'all I'm not gonna tell everybody. Go to Netflix, watch the show.
Pay that $11.99.
Whatever. And because it was good. It was real good. And I was when he was saying that, I was just like, I'm like, you know what? Sometimes you can't be scared to to voice your opinion.
Right.
It may offend people.
Right.
People may not like it, but you got to be able to say it.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, that's what makes, the thing is, what makes this country better than everywhere else is the fact that you're able to voice your own opinion about things. It's the fact that you're able to, we are able to sit here and talk about the president negative, bad, in a negative way, bad way, good way, whatever, and nothing to happen to us.
Right.
In other countries, you get caught talking about, in North Korea, you talk about old boy, that's off with your head.
Oh yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the beauty of being able to be in a country like this and be able to have difference of opinions.
Right.
Not if you start taking that away.
Right, because this country claims freedom of speech, but it's only freedom if we all agree. And I'm like, that's
not freedom.
And that's the funny thing about it is, every person that's made a mark in history were people who did not agree with the majority. Martin Luther King obviously didn't agree with the majority. You know what I'm saying? People that have made a staple in history were the people that thought differently. You know, and we needed those people, and we need them now. And the funny thing is about the whole Dave Chappelle thing, he said what I had said for like weeks to people, and I don't want to give it away, but when he was mentioning the whole thing with the baby, I said the same thing, you know, and I was just like, I feel like a lot of the platforms that people are on now, as far as some of these causes that people are with, I feel like it's not genuine. They're only doing it because the majority is with it. And I think that's BS.
And look,
because I mean, he said the same thing I said, and I'm like, why y'all just getting upset now, you know? And this is, you know, I was just like, okay, so it was okay when he was doing everything else. It's like y'all just on a bandwagon. If you really truly feel a particular way, that's one thing. But if you just riding a bandwagon, you're not even helping that cause that you claim to be hyping up, because it's fake. It's fake. So it's like, don't support me if it's fake, or you just doing it because you think it's popular, because your friend do it. You know, it's BS. And no one has their own opinion anymore. Right.
And you saying that, and that's what I say that all the time when I'm ever talking to someone. It's like as black people, we can get anybody behind us in our music, in our TV shows, if we're calling women bitches and hoes.
Right.
If we're stereotyping the man as a deadbeat dad, not working, or if we making the children look like buffoons, or are we having the black woman look like she always bitter because she's been cheated on, or whatever the case may be. It gets, you know, the music, the entertainment, the TV show, it get pushed heavenly. Heavenly. I'm talking about, you know, even not, when I say this, I don't have nothing against the gay community. Nothing against them. I have friends that are gay. I'm cool with them. You know, I don't have nothing against nobody. But even with showing that all black men and women are gay, it get pushed heavenly. But when you try to show that family, that black family, like, that's out here working no matter what they're doing, but they're out here working, they're trying to, they have
happy,
kids,
healthy, not
dysfunctional, it's an issue.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's an issue. It don't get the proper credit that it deserves.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that kind of just be like, damn. So I gotta act like this for y'all, for everybody to give me that credit?
Exactly. And that's my thing. Like with the Qchat, I'm like, why? I don't do pop culture. Like when I first started the show, I would have like a little separate segment when we would talk about pop culture, and I stopped doing it because I'm like, I don't want to talk about anything negative. I don't even care if I'm giving a spin on it. I'm like you just said, why do we have to push out stereotypes in anything? And that's my thing with the Qchat. I have male guests, obviously. I've just recently started having guests outside of my race, but the importance of it is black women in particular. And I think it's at the point now where it's like people can't even hype up black women. People thinking it's like you're trying to offend somebody. But my thing is, as a black woman, I mean, I can speak for a black woman because I am a black woman. But as a black woman, we are generally at the bottom of everything. We're disproportionately paid everything. And just like you said, in media, we are portrayed as bitter, or we're overly sexualized too. There's a lot of us that are pushing these overly sexual platforms. And I'm not knocking how you get your dollar, don't get me wrong, do what you gotta do, but all I'm saying is from the other people watching us, they thinking that's all we do, you know. So it's important to show, okay, we're not all bitter black holes or bitches or whatever. If we're single mothers, guess what, we're not all fitting stereotypes either. We're building some healthy kids that are doing the right thing, you know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like there is another side to us, you know, and I really do feel like that's how the world is. They really push everything negative that comes to us, and they get a good coin for it too. You know?
A pretty penny for it. Like they get paid big time for pushing
to push a stereotype and really put down your own culture. Right. And my thing is, if I'm gonna make my dollar, I'd rather make my dollar because I pushed my culture in a good light, you know, and if God's listening, and I mean that, you know, like I will never be a part of anything that's going to push down my culture for money. For money, you know? Right. I'm sorry, like I can't consciously do that. Right.
Because when you, like, when you think about it, it's not funny, but it makes you laugh because it's like, damn, like you said, with the whole thing with the baby, just like in the Chappelle show, like you said, he can rap about bitches and hoes and killing people.
He can rap about misogyny. Right. He can assault people. And this is not a knock to the baby.
No,
that's your
not
business,
at all.
But, you know,
not at all.
Right,
not to him at all.
We was still putting some bop in it every time that song came on the radio. Like we didn't. No one thought about that. But he talks about, you know, the protected class now. You know, and it's no knock to them either. But I'm just saying this world turns on a strange axle. We turn on what is the popular thing, and right now that is the protected class. You know, and it is what it is. But anything else, like, no one cares, and especially women. I mean, there's so many rappers that really do have misogynist, you know, songs and stuff. That's really disgusting, some of it, but it don't stop them from making a coin. No one gets upset about that.
No one gets upset about that.
No one thinks about it twice. They're not getting canceled.
They're not getting canceled.
They're getting checks.
They're getting checks, right.
Right, so that was my thing. If y'all didn't cancel anything else he did, y'all better let him keep on bopping on that radio.
That's how I look at it.
Because I was like, if y'all gonna cancel, y'all can't pick what you want to cancel with him. You know, and that's why I was like, they really getting upset with Dave now because he was pointing out the hypocrisy. So you can't point out when somebody's a hypocrite.
And that was the thing. And that was the whole thing what he was doing. He wasn't talking about them in a way of saying bashing them. He was just pointing out the hypocrisy of it
irony,
all. Like,
you know?
Wait, you know. And then my thing has always been like, when you, especially when it comes to our black men, when they telling them about it, it's like, y'all act like y'all been a part of this by yourself. We've been going through this for a long time.
And we still going through it, okay?
We've been going through this for a long time. It just didn't start for us.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's why, like, even with the whole Black Lives Matter movement, I wasn't impressed by some of the people that wanted to finally join us. I was just like, what the hell you thought was going on
before?
Right. I'm like, I grew up knowing about Emmett Till. That was a normal thing as a child, seeing that mutilated body in a coffin. That was just part of our education as black kids, especially in New Orleans. Because, you know, that's one thing I will say. People our age that grew up being educated in New Orleans were blessed because we had those woke teachers. We had those Black History programs. We did. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. We can disagree on stuff, but I really feel like that's something people from our generation, you know, 40s and up or whatever, can probably all have in common.
We did have those.
We had that woke education.
We did. Yes.
There's no way, because that's the first time I saw Eyes on the Prize was at school. Right. You know what I'm saying? So we all knew about Emmett Till. You know, that was a normal thing. So that's why I was like, when people were finally getting it, I'm like, oh, so we was just being aggressive, mean, and exaggerating prior when we was telling y'all this is how life is for us. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, but once again, a lot of people that jumped on that bandwagon, and they didn't really mean it. I don't think they really gave a damn about us. It was popular.
It was popular.
You know?
It was popular, and what it started doing, it started affecting the bottom line, which is the money.
Right. So it's like, let me be friendly to some of these black folks that I initially couldn't stand.
Right, because it started affecting the bottom line.
Right.
You know, you started seeing places like your Targets and your, you know, the different little big time stores being being looted and being vandalized, and who they cater to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you had companies like the Walmart jumping on the bandwagon right away, because it was like 90% of our workers are from the black community.
Right.
90% of the people in the store is the black community.
Exactly.
So we got to jump on this bandwagon real quick.
We can't lose them.
Right. And my main thing is, and I tell people all the time, if you wanna sit here and believe Walmart, Amazon, Nike, all these big companies don't have a person on their board or working that's pulling the strings that don't think like a Donald Trump or someone, you kidding yourself.
Right.
Stop kidding yourself.
Right.
Don't just think just because, Walmart short. Yeah, because they knew right then and there, in order for me to keep your dollars, this is what I gotta do.
It was about the green at the end of the day.
For me to keep your dollars, this is what I gotta do.
Exactly.
So don't sit here and think they don't have people that they don't have higher ups that don't think that way, because they do.
Oh hell yeah.
They do. And we be so, and all we gotta do, all we have is these people put out the one thing, you know what I'm saying? And they be like, oh yeah.
Right, exactly.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna rock with them because
we don't think, you know what I'm saying? And just like that famous slogan that you see in a lot of churches, we aren't our ancestors, or we aren't our grandparents. We sure aren't, because those people, they gave their life for a lot of things. They stood by things that if you think about back in the day when the bus boycott happened, imagine like a cause like that happening now and we all had to stick together. Hell, it wouldn't have happened, because back then people really had it in their mind, you know, like we really are in this together. We have to do this. It's just, I don't know if it's generational things that have changed or whatever. Things are just different and people don't open their eyes. But you're right, like it's just, I don't know. We just don't think sometimes how powerful we really are. We really can change the world in so many ways. Can you imagine if like a lot of those companies, if a lot of us just straight up said, I'm not effing with them, they would go down. They would be bankrupt. They would. Right. Instead of us always being so forgiving. Oh, well, you know, they got the sale or whatever. They done this damn commercial with whatever black person that they done paid extra dollars, you know, to be the little spokesperson, so we gonna fall for it. No, you know, like if we just really say, you know, I'm not gonna forgive this company once in our life. I'm not gonna forgive this store. I'm not gonna forgive this whatever. Let's say we really did that. Imagine what would happen. They would really fear us at that point.
But I was telling somebody when all this was going on a couple of years ago with the George Floyd and everything, and people had asked my idea, and it was like, well, my brother-in-law, my ex-brother-in-law, and he had asked me. He said, "What you think, D?" He said, "What you think?" And I said, "That's what I think. The only way you're gonna get their attention is by hitting them in their pocket." Right, exactly. I say you not gonna. I say the thing is, they don't care about nothing else.
We can protest until our feet fall off. All they're gonna do is have another reason to shoot us, arrest us, kill us. Right. Not that I'm saying they shouldn't protest, but like you said, at the end of the day, they care about the bottom line, which is the money.
Which is the money. Until you start hitting them in their pocket, they're not gonna care.
Because the protesting is cool, but you gotta take it to the next level.
You gotta hit them in their pocket,
right?
Because I said you gotta think about it. You gotta think about it. In their culture, in their race, they will cut their own race of people off quickly with no questions asked.
Exactly.
With no questions asked. So what you think they'll do to us?
Right.
But when you start hitting them in their pocket and start hitting them wealthy people in their pocket, then they start trying to figure out how can we fix this?
Right. Exactly.
Because now you're taking something away from them that they love, and all of them love money.
Right. Yes, they do.
They love it.
They love it.
They love it.
And they have more of it than us, too, because they've manipulated and plotted and killed and done what they had to do to own all those entities that we don't own and we're working for. They own it and we're working for them. You know what I'm saying? It's so messed up when you really get deep with how this country is created. You know?
It is. But you know, It is. But you know what? That's a topic for another show.
It is. We probably began at about 4 episodes.
We can sit here all day long and do this one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So but yeah. So anyway, I was just thinking about.
We getting deep now.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. But so look, the things you're doing, I like what you're doing. I look at the clips you put on, man, and I'm talking about you really are driving force to women because you uplifting them. You're doing things that we're not seeing a lot today, you know, and you uplifting them. And the thing I love and what I think the thing that made me like say, man, let me see what this girl talking about is the bush. It was like the natural hair. It was like
fluff my hair. Y'all don't see it. It's all me. It's no track, no nothing.
It was the bush. It was like, man.
No track, no synthetic, nothing. It's all me.
Yeah. I was like, because when you see a black woman wearing a bush, you just think.
Right. But the funny thing, at one point when I first started doing because the Qchat was audio at first too for about close to a year. So when I started doing the video things, I thought I had to fit a particular mold. So yeah, when you see some of the first videos, you're gonna see me all synthetic out, You're gonna see everything but, Mother Africa on my head because I thought I had to fit a mold.
Right.
And one time, first of all, any woman watching this, y'all know this is a lot to be putting under a damn wig and a stocking cap. I was just like, I'm not with this anymore. I don't feel like doing this, and I'm like, I'm sitting there telling people to love themselves, but I'm not showing a part of me that I love.
Right.
So it's like I can't just talk the talk. I gotta walk the walk.
Right.
So it's like I'm gonna be me. So that was another thing, and it's a subliminal thing too. Like you said, when you tune in, you're seeing somebody wearing their natural hair and their glory, wearing their natural shell. Because in media you really don't see a lot of it. I mean, it's more acceptable now, but it's a slow acceptance, and you'll still see a lot of people. You're not going to catch them dead wearing their natural hair out, and that was one of my things. I'm like, no, when you tune in, you're going to see me in my full glory. Loving myself,
right,
and take it or leave it, so that was, it really is a subliminal thing. Sometimes I make sure it's just as big as possible before I start doing my interviews, because I'm like, I want you to receive me, and this is a part of me, and just like I said, important telling women love themselves for who they are, and even if you rocking your wigs or whatever, love that too, but just make sure you love yourself no matter. Do it because you're doing it for yourself, not because somebody else made you feel like you're less than if you're not, doing that. So that's my thing.
Gotcha. Yeah, that was the thing. It was like, man, she rocking the bush. You know what I'm saying? Because like me, I like to look at everything, and I like to. I'm gonna tell you, I like to look at everything, and I get ideas from everybody. And then when I get the ideas from everybody, I always give them the credit. You know what I'm saying? Because like if you notice, everything in this world it's been duplicated. Yeah. Everybody, nobody can say, oh, I started this first. No, you're a duplicate. You're another image of something else. You know what I'm saying? It was everything has been duplicated. So the problem is when we do duplicate what somebody is doing, we don't ever get that person their props and say, hey man, I got that idea from you. I would love for us to, bounce ideas, and let you be a part of this. That's the problem we don't. That's the problem we have. People don't like to do that. They like to say, oh, that was all me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that was all me. So like I said, watching your show, it was just, I love the way you do things on your show. I love the fact that you have people on there that's giving out positive information, that's giving out information that we can all use on a man and a woman standpoint. You know what I'm saying? So keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing, because I love it. You got enough people that watch it, they love it too. So just keep doing what you're doing, and look, we gonna definitely get to that spot that we want to get to. I'm telling you, we gonna get there. But just keep doing it, man, because it's dope. It
Thank
really
you.
is.
I appreciate
It really
that.
is. It really
do.
is.
I really
It
do.
really is. And this was, I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed myself too.
Yeah, you gotta come back because we
anytime, I'll make it last for more. Anytime.
you gotta come back because we could really get into that the whole deal, and you got to meet my co-host Kerry because he could get into that real deep too. So you got to come back when both of us on there. Then you got to come. Then Crazy Mo, you got to come back with Crazy Mo too. You got to come back. You got to have it back. So look, let's do this here. You eat a lot down in the city? You come in the city a lot?
I do when I can.
You do when you can? All right. So what we gonna do? You could shout out Slidell if you want to.
No.
But you know.
I'm not like. We can get into Slidell another time. I'm 504.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna be buried 504.
Okay. So you know at this portion of the show, you know we do the top four. Top four. Okay. It's not 4. It's 4.
504.
Yeah, 4. You know we do the top 4, and we always give up the top 4. The top 4. So you gotta catch me when I'm about to say 4, but I'm trying to be proud. You gotta catch me on that. But we do at this time we do the top 4 local restaurants in the city that you like. Now we prefer them to be like the mom and pops.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We prefer the mom and pops. If you like a big chain, I can't help you if you like a big chain, but we prefer the mom and pops. So it starts right now. You gotta already have your phone all ready to go.
Precious.
Yeah. So this
Cajun seafood. Where's that's on Claiborne?
That's okay.
See, like you said, wait.
We ain't finished.
Okay,
we ain't finished. I got. You didn't already started. Nah, there's a way I gotta bring you in on this. You know what I'm saying? So let's start that all over. See y'all. Look, when you get somebody on your show, right? They don't.
He mentioned food. You know, I got excited.
So, all right, we're gonna do the top 4.
Okay.
Right. So I'm gonna hit you. Now we're gonna start from 4 to 1.
Okay.
All right. And you, look. So we're going with my girl. Top 4 restaurants in the city of New Orleans. Starting with number 4.
Cajun seafood.
Cajun seafood. Yeah, I like that. Everybody that Cajun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody.
That's a spot.
That's a spot. Give me some balls. Cajun seafood. Number 3.
I'm gonna say Neon's.
You know what? That Neon's been on this list for a lot.
I know it's probably me on the list like crazy.
Yeah, everybody.
You know, but and I'm also trying to like subliminally name black owned, so you know. So I'm sure you can probably guess another restaurant I'm about to say.
Go ahead.
Trying to give us
number
our
2.
props. So I gotta put morals on there. Because I mean, like I said, I'm trying to be. I'm being extra. I'm being cheeky. I'm just trying to give props to some black.
Right.
Some black businesses. So let me think of what else.
Hold up. The way we do number 1. Now we down to number 1. And the number 1 person is.
So I'm gonna do something different for number 1. It's not a restaurant, but it's a person out of New Orleans that does food and stuff, and it's Mr. Shrimp.
Mr. Shrimp.
Check out Mr. Shrimp. Like he has his own like seafood spices and stuff. He will come to you with the boiled seafood and everything. So see, you don't even know Mr. Shrimp is really cool. He'll come to your house with seafood and everything. Like I said, I live in Slidell. One time I drove from Slidell to my friend's house in Gentilly so I can meet Mr. Shrimp and get some of his seafood. So I'm flipping it up, and I'm giving props to Mr. Shrimp.
Mr. Shrimp. How we find Mr. Shrimp?
Just go right on IG, and you can find Mr. Shrimp. He's really cool, very nice person, and he has like these big old things of seasoning that he sells now that you can make his seafood with. Really
Mr.
cool.
Shrimp. Now see, that's the purpose of doing the top 4, because like I said, we get morals and Neons a lot,
right?
But we always get something different,
right?
Like I remember when I had Steph from round 2 on, he MKM was in his top 4. And I never ate that before. But when I went and ate that, and then I found out it's a teenage girl who actually do the cooking. Man, they got the lamb chops are awesome. They uptown. So that's the purpose of doing the top 4 is just to find different things and find different people that's doing something. So y'all heard it.
Mr. Shrimp.
Y'all heard it from my girl. Her top 4. Let's go. Let's give them 4 in the same order again. Number 4.
Cajun seafood. Meows. Morals. Mr. Shrimp.
Bam! Y'all heard it. I'm pretty sure everybody then pretty much touched 2 through 4. But if you haven't heard number 1, go check them out, Mr. Shrimp.
Go right check on IG out. And find them, Mr. Shrimp.
Go check them out. Man, it's been a pleasure. Hold up, before we do that, tell the people how they can get at you, man.
So you can find me on IG. I have 2 IG pages. One is the Qchat _podcast. My brand IG is IAM_GoQueen. That's GEAUX 504 for life. And you can also go to my website. That's www.goqueen.com. I have a blog on there. I have merchandise. Boom, shameless plug. So you can go there, and also you can find my episodes, the video versions, on YouTube. That is Go Queen TV. Once again, GEAUX. And I'm very accessible if anybody wants to reach out to me. I'm 1 DM away.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Y'all heard it, man. Go check her out right now. I'm telling y'all, y'all not gonna be disappointed. You will not be disappointed. She's doing some great things. Go check it out. The Qchat podcast. Go check it out. Do it now. Do it now. Even though y'all ain't gonna see this till Monday. Do it now.
Claim it, manifest.
Do it now. Do it now. Get it in. But anyway, we about to get out of here. Thank you again.
Talking to you. I appreciate it. I enjoyed myself tremendously.
Same here. This was dope. I enjoyed it. We gonna do this again, y'all. She coming back. Y'all heard her in the middle of the show say she is coming back.
Yeah,
she's gonna come back.
On tape, I'm coming back.
Yeah, definitely. She's gonna drive across that bridge. Now one day we might go cross that bridge to her.
Y'all ain't missing nothing. We gonna do it out here.
But the name of the show is On the Porch, so you know we gotta find outside spots. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So look, y'all know how it go. Go follow On the Porch podcast right now on IG. Go to the YouTube page. On the Porch with D and Crew. All the shows on there, man. Y'all can check them out. This one here coming at y'all Monday. Go back and look at all the other shows that we done had. Like I said, we done had some guests on here, and we coming at y'all with new guests, new locations, and it's going down this shit, man. Go check it out. On the Porch with D and Crew YouTube page. On the Porch podcast. On the Porch podcast on IG. Go get it. This show gonna air Monday, and we gonna be ready for it. Look. Y'all know how it is. We on the porch. We out.
Nice.
Now.